As we begin or continue the long slog towards episode number 100, we're not quite there yet, but today is all Ethereum, all the time, 4 projects, 1 blockchain, and there can only be one survivor on this episode number 91 of the Nifty.Show. Let's frickin' go.
Looking into the future, what do we see? It's lined with digital collectibles, we call them NFTs. Games, trading cards, digital art, and those crypto kitties. Travis and Joel are the hosts, you'll know. Travis and Joel say this won't blow. They're locked and loaded, so ready, set, go! It's the Nifty, really kind of spiffy. The Nifty.Show.
Episode number 91 of the Nifty.Show. I am Joel Comm.
And I am not. I'm that other guy.
That's like Chevy Chase did that on Saturday Night Live at the beginning when he did the weekend update. He would start, "Welcome to the weekend update. I'm Chevy Chase, and you're not."
I'm an angel, as you can see by my halo.
Well, halo there.
I'm very saintly.
Boy, I'll tell you what, I feel like I am truly living, breathing, eating, sleeping, and pooping NFTs. I think I shat an NFT earlier today.
I think it was the William Shatner one that came out, wasn't it? He did NFTs. Actually, you may or may not know this. William Shatner was one of the very first people to do NFTs after, Topps Garbage Pail Kids. And then William Shatner popped out, a Shatner. And then we actually did Blockchain Heroes right after Shatner.
Well, with all due respect to Topps, that got us into wax, and that I'm so disappointed that they went to Avalanche. Their MLB launch today was a disaster on Avalanche. They're using that same queuing system, Queue It, but there wasn't a button to get into the queue. Nobody knew how. Some people were clicking on the Bazooka Joe NFTs, and somehow they got queued for MLB. And then people like myself, I waited 40 minutes to get into the room. I was queued. It let me in, kicked me out. And there was tons of others. So some people got in, some didn't, and there was nothing but upset, angry people. And I'm going, Topps, why did you leave wax in the first place for Avalanche? Why? They wanted to build this walled garden, and I don't get it.
Right. I'm not sure either because, I'm not familiar with any successful Avalanche NFT launch yet, right? It's not one of the big names that you hear when you're talking about NFTs. And for Topps, a very large brand who recently, by the way, lost their contract with MLB. Right, so they get to finish this year, and they get to do next year, and then Fanatics is taking over all of the MLB stuff, and they're going to be doing digital stuff with MLB. And so I would have to. Joel and I were having this conversation. Could you imagine being an MLB executive today, watching the train wreck of this NFT launch over on Avalanche?
No, man, it would be very disconcerting. Anyway, I got no MLB packs today, and I don't really care that much. I just wanted to try and get some, so it's not a big deal to me. But some people are really upset, and I hope they can get things sorted out.
I wanted to get some, but I wasn't going to go over to Avalanche. I don't care to do that.
I just don't know enough about the chain, and I need to figure it out. Anyway, we got 3 segments and some other interesting stuff for you here today on the show, and it is all Ethereum-based stuff. 3 projects of which I have personally aped into, although they are not apes and have nothing to do with apes. One might have to do with koalas, and one might have to do with multiple properties, but it seems like with the focus on generative art being such a big thing on Ethereum today, there are many artists that are creating pieces with variations, and they're putting them directly on OpenSea. So rather than buying a blind box, not knowing what you're going to get, you can actually go and pick out the piece that you like. And our first guest today has done exactly that. He goes by the name Slick. It's kind of slick. He's got a slick beard, and he's got a baller accent, and the name of his project is called the Slickverse. Welcome, good sir Slick. How are you?
How's it going?
Good, good, brother. What's that accent? Where are you from? Where are you joining us from?
I'm joining you guys all the way from South Africa. So I stayed awake because it's already like 11 p.m. at night. So I had to do that time zone all the time.
Nice.
It sounds like a lovely old chap. I was going to guess New Zealand was going to be my
Hmm.
guess, but then
Hmm.
yeah, I can hear this the South African, and yeah, very nice, man. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for staying
Thanks.
up late, and tell us a bit about your project there, Slick.
Okay, sweet. Thanks, guys. So the whole thing about Slickverse is I know with a lot of these projects that are collectibles and stuff, you don't really much of a choice. So when you mint it, you will get something that you might not like. Whereas the difference with my project is every day I make something new, which I don't plan. So like, if you go actually down, you'll see like a lot of that stuff don't make sense. You know, like there's one that looks like he has like a shit on the head. The next one has like a mask on the face or stuff like that. So each one is different. But what I wanted to keep with it is the camera, the background. Each color is different. There's not one that has exact same color that goes with it.
So what
So
are
if
these? What are they? I'm looking at them and I'm like, is it a guy with a hood or is it like which way are they facing? I think I see, and then it looks like the perspective is different. They're facing the other way.
yeah, so basically it's like a mixture. Like I grew up like with animes and stuff like that. So basically, it's almost like a mask that he has. I don't know if you guys like now Gundam Seed and all of those like all Japanese toys that you used to. So it's a mixture of that with my own style that has like a type of hoodie on, and then each one has like almost like a different type of hairstyle because with these type of machines you would never see someone put like hairstyles on. Already we had seen that each one has like a mohawk or something on it.
Yeah, it's nice. I look at these and I go, okay, which colors do I like the most? And then I'm like, okay, well, this one right here has on a diamond necklace. Well, this one's got some big red and yellow balls on it, and this one's got like a dragon head with a hat on backwards, and like, so these are not generative. These are each one of these were hand created, correct?
Awesome, thanks.
One
Yes.
hand created by Photoshop or Illustrator or whichever one you used. I think I like this
Sorry, you
one
cut out
too.
there for a second.
Yeah, he was just saying that each of these is created by hand. This is nothing. There's nothing generative here. You are creating each one of these.
Yeah, so basically each one I create. So I have a set template that I ended up using from the start, but each one that I add on every day I draw with a tablet. So each day I have a set characters that I do, and I just start adding to it. So you will see from where it started, like some of them have chains and a mask. Every time I think like what's going to be different, and then I just add to it.
I
So
like
at
this
some
one.
point, like it doesn't even look like the characters at all.
I'm a yellow is my color. I'm a spring baby, and so sunshine and outside and yellow is just so bright and happy. I like this one a lot here. With the guy, he's got the ball cap on. He's got the horns here. He's got a necklace happening. I don't even know what else he's got going on. It's a whole mess of color there.
Okay, that's cool. But that's the thing. The whole point about it is something on that will speak to you. And the thing that's cool about it, when you look at it, like I said on my bio, someone said it looks like a sheet of acid, like
Hmm.
drugs. When you looked at it, I was like, shit, I'm gonna put that in my bio then. If that is what you see from it, every person will be a bit different in it.
So you're creating a few new each day and just adding them to the overall collection, correct?
Yeah, so I would say it's collection, but the thing is, I don't know when it's going to end. So usually when people do a collection, they say they end by 10,000 and that. So I'm not too sure. At the moment, it starts out of this, but I'm still deciding where it's going to go from here.
It keeps evolving, and so it's like that. You see every few days it evolves a little bit more. Now you've got different colors here in the beads, and now we've got a symbol here on the side that you started adding. Uh, the first ones are the plainest in the set, and it seems like as they evolve, you just keep adding features to them.
Yes, that's the thing, and I mean that's the thing. Because the whole thing about it is basically based around like the human beings being different. And every day your mood kind of changes, you know. So so instead of having to do like where you do like a mutant ape, we have to pay extra now to get something that's evolving. I just keep adding it, and as soon as you find the project, you might find something that you like, and you don't have to worry about getting something random.
Yeah, this is interesting. I'm taking a look at this, and what's the overall roadmap for this project? Like, what's the long term plans of this? You're creating new ones every day. You're launching them out into the ecosystem. And let me ask this: I guess, what is your roadmap, and when did you start releasing these on OpenSea?
Travis, sorry man, the connection was really bad here in South Africa. So can you just repeat that last part again?
Yeah. So
My bad, man.
the
Sorry.
question is, like, when did you start doing it, and then what's the roadmap for the project?
Okay, so I literally started last week. Now 320 characters about. So the thing is, what I wanted to do different from this is because on my other NFT projects that I do, I have like a slick garage that I do raw everyday vehicles that are released that have like a roadmap where you go. With this, I don't want to have a roadmap. I don't want to have it to be like everyone else doing this thing of 10,000 a day. I'm just doing it till I get to a point where I'm going to be bored. But the plan with this is to like release that once you have holders, I'm going to do merchandising and stuff like that. Because where I live in South Africa, I actually already do it. So you will see like stuff like this is where originally the idea comes from. They get like stickers, packs, everything like that. So those are the type of stuff that I do from this side that which would like you can see, COVID can suck a dick, you know. So those type of things are my plans
And that's a technical
to
term.
like,
That's technical.
yeah. So that, yeah.
These are really fun. Every time I think I've seen something, I'm like, oh, I want that one. Then I see something else, right? That, another variation you've created. Like this here, the big eyeball sticking out of it right here. And then this one's got a horn and eyeballs back. This one's breathing some sort of fire. And are you doing acid to create these? Is that where they're coming from? Is that what's happening here?
So what I was thinking of doing is the thing is it's not planned. Like I said, like it's really difficult to explain with my art stuff like that. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to keep that 5 resemble more or less almost like a clan. So if someone one time decides you want to get a buddy and his friends want to have the same Slickverse character group, they can form their own posse, their own type of group from that element that it is. But the thing
Look
is
at this
always
one,
evolving.
Trev. This one's got a poop head.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that you like.
I just bought number
That one
21.
got this little shit.
Travis just acquired number 21. Very nice. Well, if you guys want to go pick one of these up, you could just look up XXV-Slickverse on OpenSea, and the collection should, did I do that right? XXV Slickverse should come up, and then you'll be able to see all of these right here. And scroll through, support your local artists, even if you're not local to South Africa. And check out this guy's work. Really appreciate that he's doing something different. He is expressing himself, creating new stuff every day. And I think the one that speaks to you here will look really awesome on your wall or your monitor. So Slick, good luck with the project. Thanks for coming on and sharing with us, my friend. And let's get you some better bandwidth there in South Africa.
Yeah.
All right.
Iffy down here in South Africa.
Yeah,
Level
for sure.
bandwidth problems. Too
All
many
right.
banshees running around.
Sir Lord Travis, while we're waiting for our next guest, I want to give a shout out to this project right here. They sent us a couple of these here. We are Dorkies. Looks like Dorkies. We are Dorkies.com. And what kind of dork are you? Look at these. These are all hand drawn, randomly generated from 300 traits that include hairstyles, eyes, arms, bodies, and more. 330 trillion possible combinations, and they're all hand drawn on paper by Tori Bat, colored pencils, ballpoint pen, and then Frank, the tech wizard, has created the tools to assemble these. I just think they're really unique.
Dorkies are dorks, goofballs, and weirdos created the old-fashioned way with pen and colored pencil on paper, scanned and edited to make 10,000 randomly generated Dorkies. Each Dorky character is a colorful, unique, and weird avatar with randomly selected hair, eyes, body, and more. And they got a small team over there dedicated NFT dorks, and they're making dorks. I got Harriet Lunar Rover, and let me show you her.
Let's
She
see
looks
it.
like she got something all over her face, like she needs to wipe off her face. You show my
See,
window tab.
show Harriet. I'll find mine too. Here, let me pull up Dorkies. You got Travis's screen there? Trav, you sharing yours?
I'm sharing my screen. I think it just takes a couple seconds for sometimes to pop it up because I wouldn't.
Alrighty.
So show Joel's there first.
Let's see. It's not. Mine's not loading. Come on.
Your Dorky's not loading?
My page isn't loading. So
You're such a dorky.
I know. Let's see if I can figure out what's going on here. You can pull down my screen for a minute there, Chris, while I get this to try to load up the way it's
Monster
supposed
Buds.
to. Here we go. What is he? Oh, I love the name of this guy. Here we go. Captain Tennis Match. He's got this blonde hair and like a little sock puppet thing going on here, and they're not revealing the properties and the rarities until the sale is over. I think they're 35% of the way through this right now. And they're not like doing some big push. They're focused on community and organic growth on it. And they've been, Jimmy.eth apparently minted some. You and I interviewed Ja Rule earlier today. That's going to be on next Tuesday's Nifty.Show. He's got several of these in his collection because I saw them there. And apparently Snoop Dogg might be aping into these as well.
What's the website again?
It's wearedorkies.com. DORKIS. We are dorkies. Yes, we are. We are dorkies in a car. Take it near or take it far.
There we go. I'm actually going to ape in and get a couple of these as well because I need some more because the one that I have is a bit bizarre.
In case you need to, let's see it. Can you put that up there, Chris?
Can you pull that one up? Yeah, Chris, there it is. She just got something all over her mouth. She just made some guy happy.
Well, and these apparently are. Did you really just say that?
No, what? No, I don't know. That was up for interpretation.
No filter. Apparently, these are ambiguously gendered. So that could be a girl, that could be a boy. You don't know.
Right. Well, whoever's wearing a sad T-shirt, not very happy about life. Right?
Chris, did we lose our next guest? Looking here, and I'm okay. Well, they'll come back. That's fine. They know if they want to be on the show, they're going to have to come back. Let me show you something else that I aped into today, Travis. Shitty animals.
Shitty animals. You sent me that. You said, "Here's my shitty animal."
I bought it. They haven't minted very many. I don't know they're doing any marketing on it really. Let me connect my wallet here. We see how many. Yeah, 103 of 10,000 minted. But I'm like, I want a shitty animal. And so you can get your shitty animal.
Hey guys,
right here.
Are you able to hear me?
Step right up and get your shitty animal. They've got some super rare ones, and let me see if I can pull mine. Here's mine right here. Here's my shitty animal, number 88. And I asked the guy, like, all right, so come on, load up. I asked the guy, what's the rarity on this one? He said mine was rare, not common. So I guess it's not quite as shitty as it could be.
Yeah, it could be more shitty, but it's not quite as shitty as it could be. So that's good. I'm minting some additional Dorkies right now because I'm a dork. That's good. You said Snoop Dogg was aping in. I was like, oh shit, I better ape in too. It's like you just FOMO'd the shit out of me right there.
There you go. I did it all up in your face. Of course, the project on Wax that is doing really well for generative on Wax here. If you haven't gotten your Crypto Moon Boys yet, go to cryptomoonboys.com and you can purchase them with Wax right here on niftyblocks.com. My bandwidth seems to be struggling just a little bit, but let's see, they're $49 and looks like there's actually a total of 10,000 of them, but for sale 9,500, almost 4,000 of those have been sold. So don't sleep on the Graffiti Kings because their stuff has real world value. There's a 10% chance that if you get a pet with your Bitcoin kid, then you get a little vinyl toy. Show that here really quick.
Yeah, like legitimate one of one toy.
Well, no, the toy's not a one of one. The NFT
one?
is, but I think that there's 10 different vinyl toys within the set.
Oh, gotcha.
Pretty sure. So they look like this guy right here. They're freaking awesome. I got a pet.
The shoes. Look like he's rocking some Pumas. Those are fancy. They got great style over there, man. I tell you, Darren and team over there at Graffiti Kings are great folks. Very talented.
Well, we're waiting for our next guest to pop in, but I'm going to start talking about their project because both you and I discovered this project and totally koala'd in on it. It's the Koala Intelligence Agency. We hereby authorize the procedure with all due haste and circumspection upon your undertaking. Hereafter, this matter shall be referred to only as KIA, not to be confused with the automobile manufacturer of the same name, Kia. Future considerations relative to the total disposition of this matter should rest no lower than level 9 personnel, including newly recruited Central Intelligence Officers of KIA, following appropriate discussions with their recruited Koala agent. Look at these guys. Sold out.
Awesome. I want to give a shout out to Crypto Rex. I think Crypto Rex was the one that pointed me into this one, and we went ahead and jumped on in and got some. And I know that there's. I think I sold one of my koalas for nearly an ETH. It was a pretty rare one. So
are you regretting it? Are you regretting having sold it now?
Well, I still have like 3 other ones, so I don't necessarily. But it was one that was very similar to one of my other ones, and so I said, you know what? I'd like to have somebody else have this koala out in the wild. So I don't want to be a koala hoarder.
So there's 10,000 of them, fully trained and prepared to deploy, masters of disguise, sifting their way through the general public without a shred of evidence. They're very koalas. You wouldn't suspect these guys of, being involved in anything. They're totally covert. And if you would think that they were up to something, then they got a mask on. You couldn't tell anyhow.
That is true. I mean, these are super cute. Like, that's one thing. And weren't these hand drawn too somehow? Weren't these drawn?
Well, let's see if we can find out. Lacaz, are you with us, brother?
Are you able to hear me?
I can hear you. We can't see you though, but we hear you loud and clear.
There we go. I'm having some issues with the camera on, but can you guys hear me all right?
That's okay. We'll just listen in. Yeah, man, we hear you. We just kind of talked a little bit about the basic premise of the project, but why don't you go ahead and fill us in about what this is from the creator's perspective?
For sure. So from our perspective, originally this started as a 10K project, but really at the core, we wanted to focus on community first and building that out really with some long-term plans. And with that included a lot of different projects that we're trying to do. Some long-term plans. Oh, I'm hearing some echo.
That's probably your ears there. Put some earbuds in or something so we don't hear any echo. But go on.
It's actually, I have a headset on. It might have been over the latest post. Perfect.
Go on.
But yeah, so for us, it's community first, but we also want to push the limits on what these projects have been doing. We have a bunch of plans for experimental projects to really test something different. We don't want to just keep following what some like the apes or some of the other projects are doing. But yeah, we started in real life. Treasure hunts. We're gonna build an app. We got a lot of plans for the project for the near future.
One thing I really love about it is you have them facing left. I mean, the generative art stuff, most of them, they're all facing right. This one's like, no, the koalas, they face left. And so that's great. So maybe tell us, what does that roadmap look like? I mean, you have some ideas on what can happen down the road. Like, where do you see this? You taking the community down the road on this thing?
Yeah, so we're actually finalizing kind of our initial roadmap from minting. We're working on a bunch of different things. We obviously want to have a presence in the metaverse, but also a lot of in real life activity. We want to merge digital and the physical space. And one of the things we're doing is we're actually developing an app for our collectors, for people to connect, for us to do some in real life geocache missions, keeping kind of some fun around what we're doing, dropping NFTs throughout different parts of the world. Some of the other stuff we want to do is provide actual utility outside of the digital space. What that may look like is going to vary over time, but we're working on bringing some brands on board, partnering with them, and really allowing for people to not only flex their Koala online, but also utilize that token for other stuff outside.
This is what I like about where these NFT projects are going, is that there's no limitations on what you can do to build upon. Once you own an NFT, it becomes your key to more NFTs or experiences. And we're starting to see more creativity come about from the teams, and the communities are kind of voting on, well, we want to do these with our koalas. And you're listening to the community because, of course, you want to reward them with activities and in other NFTs that they're going to want, that are going to continue their involvement in the community.
For sure, for us, community is our top priority. Really listening to what they have to say, the recommendations, the feedback, everything, and then from there build and hear what they find valuable and what they want to see, and then how can the team deliver on that.
This is the floor guy right here. He's so clean and simple. How is he the floor? Like, you would think something like that he's not wearing anything. He's just got the facial expression and it's a simple background. You think that one would have gotten snapped up already.
Yeah, we've seen a bit of a transition with the collectors from our project. I think with how ETH is doing right now with some of the other projects, we did onboard a lot of new people into the project, and part of our approach was really educating people, getting them into crypto for the first time, NFTs. So some of them might not have that long-term mentality, and they're getting excited with all the other projects they're currently seeing, and that's why maybe they're jumping back and forth. But for us, really, it's just a blip in our roadmap. We're looking at this long term. We're actually working on our first kind of drop within the next couple of weeks, that we're going to be introducing a new mechanic that we haven't really seen in any of these projects. So we're excited for that, and hopefully the community likes it and we can build from there.
Can you give us some details on that? Any little sneak peeky actions?
We're working on the interface for it. I don't want to spill too many details, but let's just say it's around the idea of personalization. The way we look at these avatar projects is that this is our digital entity. And a lot of the times you find these NFTs that you may connect with some of the traits, but not all of them. And then also over time, what you connected with a couple of months ago or even weeks, that might change. So for us to really create that connection between the person and the NFT itself, we wanted to deliver a way of personalization. So we are exploring what we can do with that. And that's going to be, like I said, our first experimental project, and seeing how that turns out. So I would say stay tuned. Within the next week, we'll have a website update, a new interface there for people to play around with what we're about to drop.
This is my.
It's like I have one that's got a pink hat, but I was like, man, I'd much prefer to have a blue hat, right? And it's like it would be so cool in some cases to be like, I need to swap out this one. I like the hat, I just don't want it to be pink, right? Or like, oh, I love the tracksuit, I just want it to not be yellow and gold. You know what I mean? So That's kind of fun. It's like there's just minor little tweaks because it's like a lot of times the one that you want doesn't even exist yet because of all the potential, you
Exactly.
know, potentiality of it. And it's like, oh man, this one doesn't even exist, but it sure would be cool if you could.
Yeah, so I think you're kind of catching on to some of the stuff that we want to do. Just specifically for that. One day you feel like you want to wear that blue hat. The next day you want no hat. The following day you want something different. And for us is really we want to deliver a way that our collectors can better express themselves through their avatars.
Well, if we're going to be a master of disguise, here we want to make sure that we can change up from time to time what we're wearing. This one here is my rarest on Rarity Tools, number 534. Is this one right here, and it looks like the thing that gives it the most value is the number of traits that it has, because it has 9. So is that the maximum number of traits?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Although the the way the traits are, it's not necessarily by the max number that gives you the most rare, because for us, the ones that have the space helmet, somehow those ended up being the rarest one based on the score and the formula behind it. But it really depends what you're looking at, right? Like sometimes people just go to Rarity Tools and they want to find the rarest ones,
Mm-hmm.
but then really the community starts kind of finding the ones either they vibe with or some of the clean ones. Right now within our community, the tracksuit gang is really taken off. There's a lot of a lot of people that feel strongly about the tracksuits, and they have their own Discord already, and they're coming up with
Ha!
who knows what ideas.
Really?
But
I got one that's
yeah,
got the black and yellow tracksuit. Yeah, Chris, pull up mine right here so you can see. I got some fancy ones. Right, that's still Joel's there. You should be able to pop mine in there.
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. Like,
so I got some. I got some right here. We go. Like I got this guy with the tracksuit, but he's got a pink hat. The pink hat matches the bubble gum, but I'd much rather have a black hat or a yellow hat to match my tracksuit.
Mm.
And I love my Hug Life. I had a couple Hug Life, so I sold a Hug Life.
Now, so I just noticed this. I have a Hug Life, but he's also wearing the Thug Life glasses. So you
mhm.
would think that this is a really good match here.
It's really ugged out.
It's full. Now, what is this here? I noticed Travis has one of these too. This is unrelated to you guys, right? The Koala comic.
That's right. So for a lot of these projects, our own community members start doing their own spin-offs or takes on the project. So this is by a couple of our community members, and what they wanted to do is this is their take on a comic book. So they started drawing up some cartoons, some storyline, and actually the way they started promoting it was by airdropping one of these to every single koala collector. So that's why all of us got
That's
it.
interesting. That poses a new question though, bro. Like how do they manage that with gas fees? Do they use like some L2 solution?
Yeah, it's not on the mainnet. I believe it's on Polygon, I think.
Okay,
But
because that would cost a pretty penny to send out 2,200 of those bad boys on ETH.
especially these days, the way gas fees are.
Yeah, so this is the koalacomic.com. So I'm sure you guys support this because this is the community doing, leveraging the NFTs and building something off of it.
Yeah, for sure, right? Like as a collector, you have the commercial rights to the koalas you own, and we really want to see where our community takes these ideas and for them to explore new different things. And we're always happy to support what the community is up to.
I'm curious here how many of these koala comics. I really like when they show you, when you connect your wallet, how many have been minted. They don't always do that on various sites. They're not here, so I don't know how many of these have been put out there. But I do think it's cool that they built these. And if you guys don't have your koala yet, then you can get one here. Even if it's a floor koala, I think that there's Gary V tweeted about these. I think he said, "Don't sleep on the koalas," and that was like a week or so ago. And the floor looks like it's a quarter ETH right now. You guys have done $10,500 in secondary market volume. Holy cow! That is at today's ETH price,
It's a lot.
$36 million.
Yeah, we obviously had high hopes of a successful launch, and then things kind of just took off, and people, I think the community really connected with the art. We were lucky to get really high number of unique collectors. I think we're about 4,800 now. So there was a lot of volume, and we've had a lot of support from some influential people in the NFT community. So we're really happy about that. But for us, it's just the beginning of the third week for the project, and we're already thinking like long term, 2, 3, and so on years. So for us, this is just the beginning. We're just getting started, and we're very excited to deliver a bunch of different new things for our community.
I love it. I mean, these are really cool. When we saw them, I think we saw, we chatted with Crypto Rex. He mentioned them, but we had seen them on like Nifty Drops or something as well, and it was one of the ones that I had my eye on. I was like, all right, this is not bad, and it seemed like what the original floor price you sold them at like 0.06 or 0.07 ETH.
Hmm. Yeah, it was
Yeah, seeing a
0.06.
nice sale right out of the bat. That's one of the things that I think is an interesting deal. As you mentioned it, you have 4,800 different owners of the 10,000, right? So that's pretty equal for the most part. I mean, sometimes you'll see they'll launch out and then they'll sell out, but like only 1,200 people have them or something. So it's like just very few people are just kind of hoarding them. You were able to get better distribution on these.
Yeah, and we're super excited because that gives a lot of value to our community members. We have such a large following of people that are really excited about the one koala that they have. So we want to make sure we're delivering value to each and every one of them.
Awesome. Well, Akaz, thanks for coming on. The website, koalaintelligence.agency. You guys can go pick one up on OpenSea, and then make sure you join the Discord. That's where most of the activity happens, and see what's next for the koalas. We appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, and yeah, keep an eye on it for the next couple of weeks. A few things are happening, so we'll chat later. And thanks for having me on the show.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome, man. Cool stuff, Sir Lord Travis.
It is beautiful. And, it's not the CIA, it's the KIA over there with the Koala Intelligence Agency. And I don't know. I think they might be deep state. We got to watch out. I don't know. They're eating all the eucalyptus.
Deep koala.
Yeah.
They're so cute. Hey, have you been to Australia and seen the koalas?
I've been to Australia twice, and I saw a super jacked kangaroo. Like, he was huge. Like,
That's not a koala.
is not. You asked me about koalas, and I saw
And
kangaroos.
you say kangaroos. All right, mate.
But yeah, I went to Australia. He was super jacked, and he was like, I wouldn't mess with him. You don't want to mess with a kangaroo. I'd mess with a koala though. Koala ain't shit.
Well, put another prawn on the barbie, because we've got one more set of guests with us today, mate. And this is a project that I encountered when they went on sale. I want to say it's been 6 weeks. I don't know. I can't tell anymore. But ArtStars.club. It's art-stars.club. Dimitri is joining us right now to talk about this project and why it's so unique in the space. Dimitri, how you doing? I cannot hear Dimitri. I'm sure he's saying words though, because I see his lips
doing good,
moving.
I guess I can see him. He looks alive. And then we have his buddy there with him, LYM8IQFZ.
Yeah, so I don't have the buddy in the show notes, but what's your name, man? Yeah, I can't hear him either, Chris. I'm not getting any audio from either one of our guests right now. He's working on it. Well, meanwhile, go ahead and put the site up, and I'll talk about it while we're working on getting their audio in here, because we can't quite hear you guys yet. But it's art-stars.club, and what's really unique.
Now you can hear me?
Now we can hear you. Yeah, what's your name, man?
My name is Anton. We are together with Dmitry.
Excellent. Antona and Dimitri are here. Antona, are you working on ArtStars also, or are you're helping with the characters?
Yes, sure. We're in team with Dmitry and many other people. For example, our artist Tony Sart and some people, developers in the project. So I think Dmitry will describe this all better than me, but um, I will
Well,
try to make it myself.
I can set the stage for this because I knew what this was when I saw it. I thought, okay, this is a generative project with 10,000 crypto villains, and there's a lot of variation among them, but they're holding an iPad. And in that iPad is an icon. And that icon could be representative of a number of different things. For example, you could see like one representing a Bored Ape. You could see one representing Ethereum balance. I'm not sure what she is there, but she's ready for some action. It could be a Meebit. It could be a Beeple. It could be a CryptoPunk. And what's so interesting about these is that if you get one that's got a Bored Ape in it and you own a Bored Ape, that you guys can put your NFT in that iPad, right?
Yes, sure. We try to bring some more experience for community of NFT, and we don't want only to make generative pictures and to sell it. We always try to experiment and make something new. So we decide to make such not just generative but customizable NFTs and idea of ArtStars Club, so that these villains they can fake NFTs, so they can make a copy of NFT in your wallet, but in real life it owner of ArtStars can customize it by himself. So he can choose from one of mainstream collectibles and put it inside his iPad with icon of crypto sheet. So it's only icon, but we named it mainstream. So for example, you see some ArtStars take in hand Bored Ape. So it means that these ArtStars can copy only Bored Apes NFTs. So owner of these ArtStars can replace this picture with his Bored Ape. If you will scroll down, you can see some ArtStars have empty background. It means that owner can order from our team absolutely unique, customizable background of his NFTs, and one of 30 our artists will make a picture absolutely unique for this owner.
What is this? This guy's completely invisible. There's nothing here.
Yes, it's very unique one. He is invisible, and he also have a blank iPad. Blank iPad. It means he can put inside any of his ownable NFTs.
So, and if it has the poo emoji, then you can put in certain NFTs or what?
If he have poo icon emoji, there we have list of mainstream collectibles, and our community vote for what collectible will put inside this list. So
But here's what I did, Trev. You can see right here. Like I had one that had a Pumoji, and I went to the team. I said, "Oh, I own a gift goat." So look at that. This guy's holding the gift goat now, making him super unique, and he's customized for me because he's going, "Oh, Joel's got a gift goat."
So if he sells that though, and the other person doesn't have that gift goat, does it go back to the poo emoji or what?
If he will sell his NFT with ArtStars, new owner can change this picture by himself. He can put another one, but only which he has in his wallet
Nice.
because of copyright.
I gotcha. Very cool. Yeah, I like that. That's an interesting it's an interesting model. And I was like, wait a second, I got a picture of poo. Great. I was like, oh wow, I can switch it out to something else. I'm gonna switch it out. I want to switch it out to one of our blockchain heroes that we created, we launched on Wax, but that's not on ETH, so I guess we can't do that yet.
You cannot do that. That is correct. What does it mean when you get one here with ETH balance in it?
It's a very interesting thing. We will decide it a little bit later after our start our project. But for now, if someone has ArtStars with 0 Ethereum balance, this person become a member of our community that will receive percent from profit of this project.
Nice. So you get us some Ethereum.
Built-in annuity.
Right. So this is cool. I really like the creativity here, saying, hey, this is an NFT that can evolve, that can change. And there's a little more randomness to it now because, this one here was unique before, but now it's got a Doge Pound guy in here, and that makes it even more special and unique and customized for these people. Did Dimitri, did we get your audio? Are you able to?
Hi.
Hey, Dimitri's here. What's happening, brother?
Just my mic was muted.
It's okay. Now you're here, and we're chatting.
We forgot to mention that artist who draw all these elements is Tony Sart. He worked in Creative Assembly. He was a character concept artist for Warhammer Total War 2 and 3.
Nice.
So finally, good artist from game development came to NFT.
This one sold for 6.66 ETH. Oh, it's one of the Twitter ones. This is one of the 140, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's elite right there.
It sold for 140 ETH?
No, it sold for 6.66. It's from the Twitter 140 collection.
Gotcha.
The NFT in there. But the guy's listing it for 140. He's like, all right, come at me, bro. Because it's already, look at the robot. There's only 0.03% have the robot trait. Now it's got the Twitter very limited NFT in there. So that makes it.
So that's why they're trying to sell it for 140.
Right. Yeah, you always look at last. Last down here shows you the last price that something sold for.
That is very small on my screen that I'm looking at right now.
Yeah. I'm just saying in general, always look at underneath that price. What people are asking is always different than what they're getting. Now, you guys are working on another project that is kind of like an offshoot and a complement to the Loot NFT series, and it's called Characters for Games. Maybe Dimitri, can you, or one of you guys, whoever is the more versed in it, tell us about what Loot was, and then we could talk about what you did here.
Anton,
tell us about Loot.
About Loot? Okay, I will tell a couple of words about this project. We was very inspired of this project, and not only we, but community was blown up when this project was started. Many people like games, we know it, and we like games too. So Loot, this very simple NFT with black screen, like very, very old games, text games, and it is like bag of your character, in which you are collecting items from any games. So loot, it's items that drops from monsters or another. You understand? I
Yep.
guess. So and every owner have unique loot inside his bags. So for from this NFT, as I know, was minted, not minted. They was claimed by free, only for.
So they were
Gas,
free.
gas fees
They were
only.
free, but you'd only pay gas for them. And I
Gas,
want you guys check this out. There's 7,800 of them. The floor price for one is 7.2 ETH. They've done $61,700 in secondary market volume. That is, my calculator doesn't go that high. I just errored out here on what that is. It's over $100 million in secondary market volume on this. This is crazy. So loot was that. Now you guys came up with characters for games, because now you got your loot and now we got characters, and these are free plus gas also, right?
Yeah. Hey, Joel, that number was $215 million on secondary sales they gave away for free, and they're taking 10% of that back. So they basically made $21 million just on secondary sales of that so far. That's insane time. For words.
It's like Jack Dorsey when he sell his first tweet. It was first text NFT that have value. And for collectibles, it was the first project that will describe these things. Also, they sell not fine picture, but any value of that this NFT has inside. So they have rarity, they have uniqueness, and also our project characters have the same things. But we were inspired by Dungeons and Dragons classic RPG, so we bring in our project this type of classes and monsters and characteristics. So we want to bring back experience from very old games when it was very hardcore. I remember my experience from my childhood when I tried to play F11 game. This game about airplane. I try for some days to fly, and I have no chance to make it. So it was very hard. And now we try to make this experience again when player will fight creators. So we will be very happy when players will lose. But if they win, we will give prize for them. So we want to distribute Ethereum that we will take from secondary market and distribute it through the community. We will make different mini games, and with your NFT of character, you can play in these games, but you can die only one time. If you die in one of these mini game, your NFT will be locked for this game. So you have only one chance. Or if you have two NFTs of characters, you have two chances. If you have three chances, and so on. But in another game, you can play with your NFT again. So it's like tickets.
Right. I love the idea. So you'll be able to combine your character with your loot, right? So you take your character and then the loot that you go in with. I'm sure we're going to see other generatives like this. What's unique about this for me is the minting process. You're giving away for free, and people come to the website characters.digital. There's no mint button. Is there a reason that you're having people go directly to the contract and there's no mint button here to just onboard people easier?
Yes, we now want to attract more experienced peoples because project on there will be a beta testing and we will need to be experienced beta
So
testing.
you're not in a hurry to sell them out. You're wanting people to come in and
Yes,
have
yes.
to do something. And let me show you guys what you want to do. You want to go to the Discord, first of all, that's here on their site. Make sure you go to the Discord, join it. And then in their official links, you'll also see how to do this. It's really easy. You just go to the contract right here, takes you to Etherscan, and then click right here where it says contract, because it comes up to the page with transactions. And you could see here, by the way, 2 minutes ago, somebody did one, 4 minutes ago, 6 minutes, 10 minutes, 11. So these are being minted right now. You click on contract and then click write contract. Again, the instructions are in the Discord, but so if you can't follow along, and then you go right here where it says birth. That's the way to mint the NFT. So make sure you connect your wallet. I'm going to connect my MetaMask. It's connected. Then click birth, and then you just click right here where it says write. And it'll come up. Let's see what gas is right now. Oh, not bad. Gas is $56 right now. And that's it. There's no other fee. So I'm just going to go ahead and mint one of these. I'm just going to mint it right there. And in a minute, that's going to go ahead and go through and show up in my wallet. But the other thing I like here is because it's so simple to do with the contract, it's really a great learning experience because people are like, oh, I click the mint button, and then MetaMask pops up. But once you understand this is behind the scenes, this is how the smart contract works, it kind of prepares you. What if you want to mint any NFT from the contract? This is how you do it.
Yeah, you've seen those, man. Like on some of these, you've seen like when the Stoner Cats was doing its thing and the website was being all crazy and it was hard to launch. These people were just going in and minting them right there to the contract. Is there a way to mint more than one at one time, or you just got to do one at a time?
One at a time. You can make few transactions to get few characters.
Gotcha.
There you go. NFT characters, universal generated characters created and stored in the blockchain. They can be used in the future in a variety of role-playing games. I've got another one on the way. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be yet. I'm sure some are more rare than others. But go join the Discord and be part of the community. I don't know if these are going to end up being like loot or not, but I think in cooperation with them, some really interesting things can happen. So, fellas, thanks for coming on today and sharing with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, and good luck to you. Trav, it seems kind of crazy that there's all this work that goes into these beautiful artworks, and then somebody throws some text on a black background and brings in
it pulls
millions.
in $215 million worth of secondary market sales, like literally almost $250 million idea. And then we talked about Bloot, which was like Loot, but Bloot was the ones that they did the same thing similar to Loot, but it says it's Loot for adventurers, and then Bloot, which is not for the weak. And so instead of like the medieval fantastical swords and armor and stuff, it was just like Reddit and 4chan memes. So
right.
We said that the most rare item on Bloot is a virtual cock ring. So,
oh my gosh.
Very classy.
All righty. Well, make sure you guys are keeping up with what's happening on niftydrops.io. This is my go-to place. I have two go-to places. I have niftydrops.io and rarity.tools to see which ones are coming up next. Looks like the Astra Cats should be coming out here very shortly for those of you that are watching live, and it's just hard for me to not buy stuff. I just like them. Here, there's the Gnarly Beach Board Shop. That's coming up on Friday.
Dude,
Soul
Wild
Chicks.
Stag looks pretty good too. The Wild Stag Treehouse, like.
Oh, this one's Solana, Trev.
Which one?
This one right here, Sol Chicks. This is a Solana play right here. Like he's got a bull shirt on. He's got a pirate hat,
Yeah.
big old fro, laser eyes, little chickens. I like that this site goes beyond, Ethereum, and I really want one of these.
Oh my
I did
God.
not get Crypto Dad's NFT. I bet you there's going to be some serious gas wars. They've already pre-sold to their audience something like 3,500. I want to say you have to be whitelisted to get it. I am not whitelisted. I did not get in the Discord in time, and but look at that. From the whitelist, they've
They
already
look
sold.
like straight out of Bob's Burgers, don't they?
They do. They really do. So it's going to say you're not whitelisted here.
You're not
Not eligible. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get one. I think that the whitelist might end up buying these things out. They're really cool. Maybe I'll buy one off the floor. In fact, let's take a look. Let's see if it links to OpenSea here. Let's find Crypto Dads. Crypto Dads. Oh, look at all the spammy ones that are the scammers that are trying to steal from people here. What the hell's wrong with people?
Yeah, you can't even see a real one yet. I can't even see the real one because they all say 0 items, 0 items, 0 items.
Let's see if this is the official one right here. Crypto Dads NFTs. You could tell. See, it's not. This is fake. 16 items, 1 owner. This person is a scamming piece of crap. Right here,
It looks like
this
the collection
account
is OpenSea.io/collection/the Crypto Dads. Floor price right now is 0.45.
What is it? What is it again? Collection what?
I will. It's collection/the Crypto Dads.
All one word?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Let's see
floor is
the legit thing.
0.45 right now.
Wow. So I'm sure that'll probably come down after the reveal, right? Ones on the floor, if they're not as rare, tend to be a little lower. So I don't chase stuff anymore. Like if I can get it when it's going and not pay ridiculous gas, I'll get it. And then I'll wait until they're revealed if I don't, and then pick one up for later. Because apparently you're going to need to have a crypto dad to get a crypto mom.
Mm. And then you have the crypto babies, and it's going to be like crypto kitties. And
they're going to mate.
there's like 90% more crypto dads than crypto moms. This is the way blockchain is.
All right. That's all we got.
They're going to hook up with the femme fatales.
I'll tell you what, wait till Tuesday, guys. The episode of the Nifty Show, our Nifty News episode, we're going to be lighter on the news and heavier on interview because earlier today we got to interview Ja Rule. Yes,
Who?
That Ja Rule.
Oh, the Ja Rule guy.
That Ja Rule
awesome.
guy. And he is eyeballs deep into NFTs. We had a great conversation. He was super cool. And we're going to premiere that both on audio and video on Tuesday when the Nifty Show episode number 92 comes out. So that's all I got. What you got?
That's all I got as well, man. Again, if you're looking to find interesting projects that are popping up, as Joel mentioned, rarity.tools, niftydrops.io, also etherscan.io, clicking on tokens up there and then looking at the 721 tracker and seeing which ones have sold over the last 24 hours or the last 3 days. Always a cool way to check out and find new projects. And also it's a lot better too, I find, because then I see, this is the legit project. Click, copy the contract address, go over to OpenSea, paste that in there, and then I verify that that's exactly the real contract because I can see they've had all these transactions. With all those scammers out there, sometimes it's hard to find the actual project. So there you go.
Don't get taken. There's people out there that want to take your monies, and it's not funny when they do that. So don't let them.
Don't do that shit. You guys, you got to keep it nifty.
Oh, you just ended the show. Wow, that was good. Like, I didn't even see that coming. He was just like, boom, show's over.
Keep it nifty.